afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Feazell. I'm your host of The Edge. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, as well as Abundant TV, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. You know, The Edge is actually on the Feazell farm on Donna Nell Lane. Yeah, so we're really excited to be with you today. We're going to talk about this topic, and it's about aging. Aging and what to expect. Okay, so I'm there with everybody. You're aging if you're 10 years old. That's just the way it is. But we got some really good topics I want to talk to you about. Aging, what to expect. Number one is your cardiovascular system, your bones, your joints, and muscles. We'll be talking about your digestive system, your bladder and urinary tract, your memory. We talked about that on an earlier show, but your memory and thinking skills, we'll dive into that a little bit more. Your eyes and your ears, your teeth, your skin, and the one that most women don't want to talk about, your weight. So we'll be talking about all those things. Number one, let's go ahead and get started because this is quite a long show. We'll probably have this show for about an hour today. And again, this is one you're going to want to look back on a little bit. We found some info on mayoclinic.org. And so I'm really excited to be talking to you about this today. So wondered what's considered a normal part of the aging process, and here's what to expect as you get older and what to do about it. So those things are going to be coming up. Now, let's talk about, that aging is more likely, it's going to cause some wrinkles and some gray hair, but how does it affect your teeth, your heart, and your sexuality? And we're just going to go ahead and dive in and talk about it. Your cardiovascular system. Okay, what's happening? Okay, the most common change in the cardiovascular system is stiffening of the blood vessels and the arteries. This is causing your heart to work harder and to pump blood through them. So the heart muscles change to adjust to the increased workload. Your heart rate at rest will stay about the same, but it won't increase during activities as much as it used to. So these changes can increase the risk of high blood pressure, hypertension, and other cardiovascular problems. Okay, so we know that. What do we do about it? Okay, so here's how you can promote your heart health. Includes physical activity in your routine, your daily routine. Try walking, swimming, or other activities that you enjoy. Regular moderate physical activity that can help maintain a healthy weight and lower your heart disease risk as well. There's a couple different exercises. You don't have to go out to the gym if you don't want to. You don't have to buy fancy equipment. One thing that Phil and I like to do, we'll just get our hands and put it up against the wall, and it's kind of like doing push-ups against the wall. You'd be amazed at what that can do for you. And so we started out, and I told Phil, I said, because we're both, we always dive into stuff. So we decided not to overdo it, which is what I'm apt to do. I sometimes overdo it, then I wind up sore, then I can't exercise. So we started out really slow. So start out with maybe 10 or 20 of those. And then as your body is getting used to it and you're not sore, go ahead and start with 10 more after the first week. Keep on till you can get to about 50 of those, and then go beyond that. Do as many as you possibly can. It doesn't matter what your age is, you can do this. If you want to start out sitting in a chair, that'll work too. Sit down in your chair, get up as close to the wall as you can. Make sure you keep your feet flat on the ground. Put your hands up against that wall and start doing those push-ups. Okay? So again, you can do it whether you're standing up or whether you're sitting in a chair. Either way is going to work. So it's going to help you to be healthier. You'll also find your mind's going to work better. So try it. Okay, let's see. Eat a healthy diet. Choose vegetables, fruits, whole grains, high fiber foods, and lean sources of protein such as fish. Make sure you limit foods high in saturated fat and salt. A lot of us like chips. Like Phil and I, sometimes we say we are just junk food junkies. Boy, we like to dive in there and eat junk food as much as we can. Let that be a treat. Like maybe you have something to look forward to on the weekends where you're going to, because we do without sweets throughout the week. And then we will eat desserts on the weekend. go out to eat or bake a cake or something like that. Oh, and let me give you another tip. Bake the cake. I know some people say, well, no, I don't want to bake a cake because I'll eat the whole thing. Well, if you do it like I do it, it'll take you a few weeks to eat it, because here's what we do. Okay, so we bake the cake. We've eat a piece on Saturday, and we've eat a piece on Sunday. You still got about 3/4 of the cake left, okay? So here's what we do. I'll go ahead and cut that cake up in slices, and I will put those slices, you can put maybe wax paper over it, or you can put those individual pieces in a real good freezer bag, and then just put it in the freezer. And then guess what? Next weekend, you got that chocolate cake you can eat on. So say you can eat some, but not eat so much of it. We're not saying just, and I'm not saying this at all. You know, food is fun. You know, we like cakes and desserts and stuff like that, you know, but just do it in moderation. If you do it in moderation, you'll find that you won't gain the weight, and you'll find that you'll be in much better shape. Okay, now, one that I fuss with people all the time, that's about smoking. Okay, smoking can age you like nothing else will. A lot of my friends I went to school with, it does something to your health as well. So don't smoke. Smoking contributes to the hardening of your arteries and increases your blood pressure and your heart rate. So if you smoke or use other tobacco products, make sure you ask your doctor how to stop smoking. The best way to stop anything, it could be anything. Everybody has a habit of some sort. So maybe I've got a habit of eating too much chocolate cake. So do it as a reward system, or just stop slowly. Don't quit cold turkey. I'm going to tell you what, that's hard to do. For me it is. Maybe you can. But try not to stop cold turkey, because that's going to make it tougher on you, and you're going to be irritable and grouchy, and your spouse is going to want to knock you in the head a few times because you're too ill. The kids are going to quit calling you. Do it slowly, okay? And that'll help. Okay, manage stress. Did you know stress can take a toll on your heart? Oh boy, it can. Take steps to reduce stress, such as meditation, exercise, or talk therapy. Talk with your pillow. Did you know talking with your pillow can help as well? You just got to get that out there. Meditation is really good. Prayers to God can really, really help. Talk with your pastor. Talk with a real good friend. Everybody needs a friend they can just sit down and talk to, you know, and just kind of spill the beans and say what's going on in your life. And I'm just going to tell you, I mean, it's out there. A lot of people are having issues with family and that kind of thing. That can cause a toll on you. It most certainly can. On your heart, on your stress. Okay, and then here's one. Get enough sleep. Okay, quality sleep plays an important role in the healing and repair of your heart and your blood vessels. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Now, I mentioned this on another show. I love to stay up late and watch Perry Mason. And it can be like a murder mystery. It can be all kinds of stuff like that, which may enable your ability to sleep. So it's good to read a nice book. Don't go into a murder mystery book, okay? Like How to Improve Your Life and that kind of thing would be good. Gardening. Everybody likes to garden, right? That's another exercise that you can do right there. It's just plain old gardening. You'd be amazed at how that's going to help your heart health. And plus, you're going to have this awesome, awesome food coming in that has no calories. It has calories, but it doesn't have chemicals to it as well. So make sure you do just really nice things like that for yourself. Okay. By the way, if you smoke, you could give asthma to somebody. That's why I have asthma. This guy I used to work with smoked like a chimney. It was all over the studio, so I developed asthma. So sometimes I start coughing. So, you know, make sure to try to stop smoking. You're just going to help the life of somebody else. Okay, now your bones. Let's talk about that just for a second. So we've been talking about the cardiovascular system. Now let's talk about your bones, joints, and your muscles. Okay. So, bones, joints, and muscles. What's happening? Okay, with age, bones tend to shrink in size. I know I'm like a half inch taller than I used to be. I used to be 5'4" and a half. I would tell everybody, and a half. Now I'm 5'4", a little bit under 5'4". So it just happens with age. With age, bones tend to shrink in size and density, weakening them and making them more susceptible to a fracture. You might even become a bit shorter. Like I said, I lost a half an inch. Muscles generally lose strength, endurance, and flexibility, factors that can affect your coordination, stability, and your balance. Now, what can we do about it? You read all this stuff, people will say, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. We're with you, okay? And so, I'm like 63. I want to know about all this stuff too. So what to do about it to promote bone, joint, and muscle health? Okay. Get adequate amounts of calcium. Okay, the only time feeling I like milk is when it's on cereal or with a whole box of Oreo cookies. There's other ways to get milk, to get calcium, okay? If you like cheese, that's a good way. We love cheddar cheese. And we even give cheddar cheese to our cat, instead of, because milk can be a mess sometimes. But cheese is just a good source of calcium. The National Academy of Science, Engineering, and Medicine recommends at least 1,000 milligrams of calcium daily for adults. Now, the recommendation increases to 1,200 for women age 51 and older and men age 71 and older. So dietary sources of calcium include dairy products, and get this, broccoli and kale. Raise your own kale and broccoli. Salmon and tofu. Now, if you find it difficult to get enough calcium from your diet, ask your doctor about some calcium supplements. That might help as well. Get adequate amounts of vitamin D. Okay, the recommended daily intake of vitamin D is 600 international units for adults up to age 70 and 800 for international units for adults over 70. Okay, that's age 270 for 600, and then 800 adults over 70. Okay, many people get adequate amounts of vitamin D from sunlight. That's the best way you can get it. And look, of course, we've been having a lot of rain here lately at our neck of the woods. Many people do get it from sunlight. Other sources include tuna, salmon, eggs. You got your young girls outside, get your eggs from them. Vitamin D, fortified milk, and vitamin D supplements. Okay, again, that's vitamin D. Sometimes just go out. You don't have to get a tan, nothing like that. But you can go, just sit in a chair out. Go to a park and just sit on a park bench. Go outside in your yard and just sit in the sun for just a few minutes. It doesn't take a long time. You're getting that really nice vitamin D the natural way. Include physical activity in your daily routine. Weight-bearing exercises such as walking, jogging, Tennessee climbing stairs, and weight training can help you build strong tissues and slow bone loss. Now, I was talking to you a little bit earlier about exercise, and that's doing your push-ups up against the wall. Another way you can do it, if you've got a countertop in your kitchen, is another good way. Just hold on to that counter and do your little push-ups that way. You can do push-ups once you get everything, you're up to normal and you're able to do, like, say, 50 of the sit-ups or the push-ups. Do sit-ups. Just go down on the floor, put some rugs out, and do some sit-ups. That's another great way. Okay, we mentioned weight building. You can buy the small weights that you can put on your wrist, and there are also some small weights that you can put on your ankles. I've got some of those. So if you're going to do walking, and this is another thing, I don't say just walking. There's a lot to walking. Exercise is good for you. And walking in a lot of ways is much better than jogging because you're not putting that weight down and stumping. When you're running, you're putting a lot of weight down on those ankles, and a lot of people get knee injuries with that as well. But plain old walking does a lot. Walk around the house a few times. Go to the park. Geraldine has a park. So you can go to a park and do your walking. If it's a ritual, everything's about habit anyway. So if it's about, walking is a habit, go ahead and get into the habit of it. Okay, and then another one is to avoid substance abuse. Avoid smoking and limit alcoholic drinks. Ask your doctor about how much alcohol might be safe for your age, sex, and general health. I say none. No alcohol, period. And it's just, you're just going to find that it's a whole lot better for you. Now, your digestive system. Okay, so what's happening with the digestive system? Okay, we just talked about aging, what to expect, your cardiovascular system, your bones, joints, and your muscles. Now again, let's go ahead and start talking about the digestive system. So what's happening, okay, it's age-related structural changes on the large intestine, and that can result in more constipation in older adults. Now, other contributing factors include lack of exercise, we talked about that now, not drinking enough fluids, and a low fiber, boy, I'm getting a lot of spam calls today, and also a low fiber diet, medications such as diuretics and iron supplements, and certain medical conditions such as diabetes might also contribute to constipation. All right, now what you can do about constipation? Okay, eat a healthy diet. Make sure your diet includes high fiber foods such as fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. We heard that a little bit earlier. Limit high fat meats. Everybody likes to go get those sausage and biscuits from the restaurant. Limit those. Do it to just like on the weekends. A lot of fat in that. So, I'm looking out after you because I want to keep you around. Vegetables and whole grains. Limit the high-fat meats, dairy products, and sweets, which might also cause constipation. Drink plenty of water and other fluids. I have a friend who drinks a lot of water, and I forgot how many glasses she drinks a day, but I said, how can a human actually consume that much water? How are you doing it? And so what she does is she has this big gallon jug. And so she'll get a glass of water and drink maybe a cup or whatever of her water, and just throughout the day when she thinks about it. And she likes to keep hers cold, so she'll look into the refrigerator. And so that's how she drinks hers. She said it's just habit. And if you'll start doing that, start drinking more water. First of all, if you go out to a restaurant and eat and you drink water with it, you're saving a lot of money, because I'm telling you, they charge a lot. I went to a restaurant the other day and I just asked for a cup of coffee. I always ask if it costs anything. That cup of coffee cost $4.50. It drove me nuts. So I'm thinking, I didn't need the coffee that much. I didn't know it was going to cost anything. So because of COVID, restaurants and getting, folks to work in restaurants, sometimes they're having to charge for things they didn't have to charge before. So just always ask first. But drink water. First of all, they're not going to charge you anything for water. So just do that. It's going to save you money, and it's going to be better for you as well. Okay, let's see, eat a healthy diet. Oh, and by the way, we mentioned eating a healthy diet. We have, and I'm going to have a video on that this coming week. So we have actually a garden and that we're putting together, which actually you can root your vegetables and things like that. And you can also have seeds. It works entirely on water and water flow. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that and how we're going to get that started a little bit later this week. So you can have a garden, and it's a great way to have your own lettuce. I know, eating good, eating the right food seems to be more expensive, but we're going to counter that, okay? Absolutely are. Okay, eat a healthy diet. Include physical activity in your daily routine. Regular physical activity can help prevent constipation. And again, you're doing that walking, you're doing the push-ups up against the wall. That's just going to help. Okay, don't ignore the urge to have your bowel movement. Holding in a bowel movement for too long can cause constipation. And yeah, we're going to get right to the way everything works. We're going to go into a commercial break. I've got to do that for you and take care of our sponsors. But don't ignore that, okay? We're going to talk about your bladder and your urinary tract once we get back. So y'all hang in there, okay? We're going to be right back.
Begin a great year and save big money with these specials at Albertville Foodland Plus. A 5-pound bag of red or gold potatoes only $2.99 each. Warm up with Campbell's Chunky Soup, 2 for $4. Slim down with gold salads, only $2.99 each. And make sure to check out the deli with fresh veggies and tasty pork chops or hand-battered chicken fingers, only $5.99. Check us out on the web at shop.
The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers.
We're about to make your life just a little bit easier. Join Tony and April at Tony's Pizza and Subs in Center and Cedar Bluff, Alabama. We're cooking up some hot, delicious pizzas, and we'd like to bake one for you. We are home-owned, not a chain, and our pizzas are fresh, homemade with our dough made fresh daily. We have a full menu including fresh, never frozen wings, salad bars, suds, sandwiches, and much more. In Center, we have a private dining area for birthday parties, club meetings, and other events. We'll be waiting for you at 1820 East Bypass in Center, and in Cedar Bluff, 3812 Alabama Highway 9. For your convenience, you can call in your order at our Center location, 256-92 Pizza, or Cedar Bluff, 256-557-8651. And we enjoy making your life easier. Good afternoon. We are back. My name is Donna Feazell. I am your host of The Edge. You can find us on television, channel 182, on Charter Communications, as well as Abundant TV, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. You know, I'm right here at the Feazell Farm, and I'm on Donnell Lane. So again, thank you so much for watching every day. We definitely appreciate it. We're talking about aging. Yeah, all of us are. I don't care if you're 10 years old. You're still aging. So the first project we talked about was your cardiovascular system. And then we talked about your bones, joints, and muscles, along with your digestive system. So what we're going to talk about right now is another awesome one, and that is about your bladder and your urinary tract. Those things are really important. You see commercials on television and that kind of thing. Let's get a little bit deeper in this. And so what is happening, okay? All right, your bladder may become less elastic as you age, resulting in the need to urinate more often. Weakening of bladder muscles and pelvic floor muscles make it difficult for you to empty your bladder completely, or may cause you to lose bladder control. Urinary incontinence. In men, that can really cause problems with the prostate. Now, other factors that contribute to incontinence may be overweight, nerve damage from diabetes. You know, we're hearing a lot about that. Certain medications, and caffeine and alcohol consumption. Yeah, I love my caffeine, don't I? Yeah, I probably drank about 4 cups of coffee a day or more if Phil wasn't watching. So anyway, be careful of that caffeine. Okay, now what you can do to promote bladder and urinary tract health. Okay, go to the toilet regularly. Consider urinating regular schedule. Try to time it if you possibly can. Slowly extend the amount of time between your trips. Okay, maintain a healthy weight. Okay, that's extremely important. So if you're overweight, lose excess pounds. And by the way, when you're losing weight, do it slowly, okay? It's going to be a whole lot better for you. Women losing weight, you got to be really careful about those wrinkles. Like if you lose it super fast, it's really going to accentuate the wrinkles. So lose it slowly, and it gives your skin time to go back to, so you won't have the wrinkles. So that's another important thing. Okay, don't smoke. Please don't smoke. Please don't. I can't encourage that enough. If you smoke or use other tobacco products, ask your doctor to help you quit. Okay, even if you're smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, here's how I know people who have done it this way, okay? And it's a success. If you just stop cold turkey, you're just going to be a basket case, and none of us are going to want to be around you because you're going to be so ill and grouchy. The best thing to do is quit one cigarette at least a day, okay? So if I don't know how many packs, let's just say there are 10 cigarettes in a pack of cigarettes. I don't know how many there are. Let's just say that first day, maybe the first couple of days to make it easier, smoke 9 instead of 10. And then just every couple of days, go back less. So let's say on Monday, I'm smoking 9 cigarettes. And Tuesday, I'm smoking 9. On Wednesday, smoke 8. And then on Thursday, smoke 8. And make a little chart. Maybe have a calendar somewhere. You can print them off. They're easy to get. Or, go to your, Staples or somewhere and just get a calendar you got from the bank or whatever you use. It's gratification. You're making it happen. You're seeing it on a piece of paper. I only smoked 8 cigarettes today. I only smoked 7. I only smoked 5. And so you're seeing immediate gratification. You're seeing it in print. You're seeing you wrote it down. Don't type it. Write it down. Use your hand. Write it down that you only smoked 7 cigarettes that day. And again, look at it all through the day. Give yourself a pat on the back. And you know something? If I can reach out here, I'm going to give you a pat on the back too, because I'm proud of you if you'll stop smoking. Just stop. A lot of cancer in our family. Most of it has been about smoking cigarettes. And so if I could, there are a couple of things, if I can raise awareness on a couple of things. One of those is children being mistreated and being abused. And another one would be anti-smoking. I'm so against it. When I got asthma from working at this radio station, when I went to the specialist, to the lung specialist, she said, "How many years have you been smoking?" I said, "I've never smoked." And she said, "Well, your lungs look like you're a smoker." And I said, "No, it's where I worked." So anyway, don't smoke. Please, if I can beg you not to do anything, it's don't smoke. Okay, do Kegel exercises. This is new to me, so let's find out what this is. To exercise your pelvic floor muscles, squeeze the muscles you would use on the inside, and try it for 3 seconds at a time, and then relax to a count of 3. Now work up to doing these exercises 10 to 15 times in a row, at least 3 times a day. Okay, and then you spell this. Kegel is Kegel. Look that up, okay, and it'll give you more information about it. Some of the things I'm kind of embarrassed to mention, but look it up on the internet, Kegel. Okay, and those are the exercises. Okay, avoid bladder irritants. Here I'm preaching to myself. Caffeine, that's my coffee. Any foods that have acid in it, alcohol, carbonated beverages can make incontinence worse. Avoid constipation, eat more fiber, and take other steps to avoid constipation, which can actually worsen the incontinence. Again, I'm going back to gardening. Raise your own kale. A lot of folks say, well, the only thing about raising, and about eating salads, so much salads and stuff like that, is it costs so much to go to the grocery store. Not if you raise your own. You can raise your own, I promise you. Okay, if you're worried about, if I raise my own, I got to pull weeds and stuff like that all the time. No more excuses on that, because you can get a couple of concrete blocks. Now get the wide ones. The big ones are like 12 inches. Don't get the shorter ones. Get this. Well worth it. Couple of bucks, whatever. Get a couple of them. Get 10 of them. And then you want to stack them. Stack one on top of the other. And then you want to put your soil in it. And then plant your seeds or buy the plant or whatever you're going to do. And you got your own, it's a lot less than buying it at the grocery store right now, especially with the supply and demand. I went to one grocery store. Oh my goodness. Now Albertville Foodland Plus, check them out. Their stuff is fresh. But I was happened to be not in that area, and I was in another area, and I stopped at the grocery store. The lettuce looked like it was dead. It was like browning. It looked horrible. So do your own, grow your own. You're going to get a much better food. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry. My goodness, does it have some kind of like weird pestilence, something on it to get rid of bugs? So just do your own. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, now let's talk about a topic that even some of you 20-year-olds are having a problem with. It's called your memory and thinking skills, okay? What's happening? Your brain undergoes changes as you age, that may have minor effects on your memory or your thinking skills. For example, healthy older adults might forget familiar names or words, or they may find it more difficult to multitask. I'm going to tell you what, I've been fussing with people about this for years. A lot of folks, because Phil tells me, he says, you know what, you always got 5 projects started at the same time. I think that actually helps me. I really do. The more I've got going on, I think the better I can think. And I mean, it's up to you. Some people may not be able to do that, but the more I got going on, the better I am. It really is. Okay, what you can do, you can promote your cognitive health by taking the following steps. Okay, and again, we're talking about your memory and your thinking skills. That's number 5. Okay, include physical activity in your daily routine. You remember what I told you about earlier in the show about just laying on the bed and just holding your head back. Okay, so before you get out of bed, just lay down sideways. Put your head back like this, and it helps get the blood flowing to your brain, into your head. If you can do headstands, do that. They work. They really do. Physical activity increases the blood flow to your whole body, including your brain. Studies suggest regular exercise is associated with better brain function and reduces stress and depression. That's factors that do affect your memory. Something else you can do, you can find like maybe a beach ball or some kind of a ball. It doesn't have to be a big one. Put that between your knees and then just sit in a chair and move side to side. If you'll just move side to side, there's something that activity does for you as well. Again, side to side, put that ball between your knees. Okay, and that's just good exercise for you. And it does more than you think. It really does. Stretching exercises are good for you as well. And it'll just keep you younger. And it will. I mean, it's really going to help you out there. Okay, eat a healthy diet. I can't fuss about that more. I mean, since we don't eat burgers and fries, now I love burgers and fries now. I'm going to tell you, I can eat some French fries, and I like to use ranch dressing for dunking the fries in. But that's more like a treat now. So, actually, the treat is being from raising my own vegetables now. It's not as big a treat to me as it used to be to eat burgers and fries. But I feel better. I just noticed that. And you will too. Now, it's going to take a little while. It won't happen overnight. The first day you eat a salad, don't put a whole bunch of ranch dressing on it, by the way. Try to use olive oil as much as you possibly can. The olive oil is really good for you. So don't just drench it in ranch dressing. Put a little bit over to the side. If you like the taste of ranch, which I do, if you like the taste of it, put it over to the side. Just dip a little bit of that lettuce into that, okay? That'll just help you out. Okay, focus on fruits. We said that earlier. Have some fruit trees and stuff too, by the way. Takes a little while and if you'll listen to Brian Brown when he's on the show, he's on the very first Wednesday of every single month. You'll get some really good tips from him. He is with the Extension Office here in DeKalb County, Alabama. Okay, choose low-fat protein sources such as fish. Go fishing. Do your own stuff. Lean meat and skinless poultry. And don't do alcohol, okay? I'm not preachy to you. I'm just saying a lot of alcohol can lead to confusion and memory loss. So try to do without that. Stay mentally active. Okay, staying mentally active. We talked about that on another show. And that's sustaining your memory and your thinking skills, but you can read, play word games. I like to do crossword puzzles. My Aunt Elizabeth, who's like 101 years old, got a better memory than most 20-year-olds have. How does she do it? She memorizes Bible verses, and she also does crossword puzzles. That's just good for you. Crossword puzzles. If you like to download apps, there's one that I like to do, Solitaire. That's a real good one to do, but there's a number of apps that you can download on your cell phone. Okay, you could volunteer at a local school or a nonprofit, spend time with family and friends, attend social events. Going to church helps out too. Treat cardiovascular disease. Now follow your doctor's recommendations to manage cardiovascular risk factors like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes that may increase the risk of cognitive decline. Okay, treat the cardiovascular. Follow your doctor's recommendation to manage cardiovascular risk factors like your high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes that increase the risk of cognitive decline. Now let me tell you something else too, and this does pertain to cardiovascular. So Phil and I, for a long time, this works for us. So we've been actually getting the Bragg's vinegar. Now, it doesn't have to be Bragg's brand. It can be like a store brand. I know that Albertville Foodland Plus actually has their store brand that you can buy, as long as it's got the mother in it. And what I mean by that is if you have to turn it upside down and shake it, there's going to be the mother. In other words, it's bits and pieces of the apple cider. And so that's what you need to get. Now, regular vinegar will work, but the one that's got the mother in it is better. So this is what I do every morning. Okay, it's a daily ritual with us. So I will go ahead and get it for each one of us in our little juice glasses. I'll get a tablespoon for each of us of the vinegar, okay, that's got the mother in it. And then I'm going to add water, okay, so it's going to be about a half cup. So water in it. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon of honey. And I'm going to stir that. Now, depending on what time of the year it is. Now, if you get honey from a local farmer, we raise honey here. We have honeybees. We're beekeepers. So if you can get your local honey, it dissolves better. It's just going to be a whole lot better for you as well. So anyway, we do that. We eat our breakfast first. If I take that first, it kind of does something to my stomach. So we'll eat breakfast first, and then I'll stir that really good. And after we eat breakfast, I'm taking my vinegar, water, and honey. Now you can also put just a little bit of cayenne pepper. I don't do it in Phil's, but sometimes I do it in mine. So just a little bit of cayenne pepper is going to help you out as well. If you'll take that, now do it morning and night if you want to. We just do this in the morning. And so Phil, when he goes for his checkups, it kind of runs in his family, you know, with high cholesterol and his heart and things like that. So every time he goes, the doctor says, whatever it is you're doing, keep doing it, because he's not on any kind of heart medication at all. So again, it's going to be your apple cider vinegar and, about 2 tablespoons of that. And then put water in it, then put your honey in there and let it dissolve. Okay, if you buy the store-bought, again, it's going to take you just a little bit longer to do. Let's go ahead and cut into a commercial break, and we're going to be right back in just a few minutes, so y'all just hang in there with me, okay?
At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Let Rhonda at Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC take the burden off you for all your tax needs. I know because Rhonda has been taking care of my business since 2013. I feel Rhonda works for me because she knows the direct questions to ask to better benefit my unique business in order for me to get back the biggest refund possible. Rhonda is an ongoing student, and she knows tax laws are in a constant change every year. Call 256-281-9903 for an appointment to take the dread out of getting your taxes done. Rhonda is located at 11968 U.S. Highway 431 in Boaz. Again, that number is 256-281-9903. And let Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC champion your personal and business taxes.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and my employees and I want to thank each and every one of you for your continued support. With everything going on right now, your rest is so important. That's why we're having the biggest MyPillow sale ever. Not only are my bed pillows as low as $19.98, but you can get the best body pillows ever. Regular $89.98, now only $29.98. Take your rest on the go with our Roll and Go Anywhere MyPillows for only $14.98. And we have our new couch and accent pillows. They aren't just for looks. They have MyPillow's patented adjustable fill that gives you that amazing MyPillow comfort. In this economy, you get the best gifts ever for the best prices ever. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code and you get deep discounts on body, couch, bolster pillows, and so much more, including my original bed pillows for as low as $19.98. Please order now while quantities last.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462. Good afternoon. We are back. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, from 1 to 3 p.m. Central, as we get to get information out there for you as well. I'm live at the Fiesel Farm on Donna Nell Lane, so it's so good to be with you today. We're talking about aging right now, the aging process and what to expect. And I don't care if you are 12 years old, you are aging, girlfriend and boyfriend. So we talked a little bit earlier about your cardiovascular system, your bones, joints, and muscles, your digestive system, your bladder and urinary tract, your memory and thinking skills. So right now what we're going to talk about is your eyes and your ears. So what happens there? Okay, what happens with age is you might have difficulty focusing on objects that are close up. You might become more sensitive to glare and have trouble adapting to different levels of light. Aging can also affect your eye's lens, causing clouded vision, which is cataracts, and your hearing might also diminish. You might have difficulty hearing high frequencies or following a conversation in a crowded room. The eyes got to me probably at about age 25. I was a quarter of a century. So my eyes started weakening just a bit. A lot of it was probably as a teenager growing up. So you young people who might be watching, I'm going to give you some tips, okay? First of all, don't read a book with a flashlight with your covers up over you. And that's what I used to do. I would read books that way while I was supposed to be asleep. I was reading. So that can really cause some issues with your eyesight. And also some computer glare can cause some issues. So here are some things you can do to promote your eye and ear health, okay? Schedule regular checkups, follow your doctor's advice about glasses, about contact lenses, hearing aids, and other corrective devices. And I did want to mention this to you as well. Your contact lenses, make sure you keep those cleaned really well, okay? And your store brand of lens cleanser is just as good as any national brand. Been doing that for a long time. Just make sure you got those cleaned real well. You'll also find, a lot of folks say, well, I'm probably wearing down my contact lenses by cleaning them all the time. You're not doing anything like that at all. Just make sure your hands are good and clean. Like you haven't just been outside working in the garden where you might have a little bit of grain on your fingers, or you've been cleaning the house or whatever. Just make sure you wash your hands really good. And I just like to use the middle finger, so I'll just kind of gently clean my contact lenses that way. And also make sure when you're cleaning your glasses, try not to use paper towels, because paper towel is still a wood fiber. There are little fibers inside that. Use a nice soft cloth. A baby diaper is really good to use. Just anything that's just a really good soft cloth. Okay, now let's talk about your teeth. What's happening? Okay, your gums might pull back from your teeth. Certain medications, such as those that treat allergies, asthma, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol, can also cause dry mouth. As a result, your teeth and gums might become slightly more vulnerable to decay and infection, and possibly even bad breath when it comes to dry mouth. Okay, what can I do? Okay, you can promote oral health. Brush and floss. There was a guy one time I used to listen to, and I was working with GTE. And so he used to say, only floss the teeth you want to keep. First time I heard him say that, I was like, huh? It's true. You need to floss all your teeth, okay? And because you want to keep all of your teeth, right? So brush your teeth twice a day and clean between your teeth using regular dental floss or a cleaner at least once a day. You can use some of those little sprays to clean your teeth with as well. I don't know. I like to clean my teeth. Here's what I do. This is my daily ritual. So I'll brush my teeth with regular toothpaste. I floss my teeth. And then I also like to use baking soda. Baking soda won't take much, so put just a little bit on the palm of your hand, get your toothbrush, and just kind of do it like this and brush your teeth. You'll have whiter teeth, and it's just really good. I mean, I have these are my teeth right here. But my Uncle DeWine and Uncle Morgan used to, my grandmother's brothers had the most beautiful white teeth that you could, I mean, it would almost blind you if they were out in the sunlight. And that's all they did. They just used baking soda. They used toothpaste, but they also used baking soda. And again, their teeth were just beautiful. Schedule regular checkups. Visit your dentist or dental hygienist for regular dental checkups. Now, your skin. Okay, all of us women talk about this. Your skin. Oh my goodness, what is happening to your skin? Okay, let's talk about it. With age, your skin thins and it becomes less elastic and more fragile. And fatty tissue just below the skin decreases. Now, you might notice that you bruise more easily. Decreased production of natural oils might make your skin drier. Wrinkles, age spots, and small growths called skin tags are even more common. Okay, Donna, what can we do about that? Okay, to promote healthy skin, just be gentle. Be gentle, okay? Bathe or shower in warm, not hot water. I like hot showers, but don't do that. Just use warm, not hot water. Use mild soap and moisturizer. Okay. You need to find somebody who makes their own soap. It's really important if you are at a department store and you're looking on the ingredients of your soap and you see a bunch of stuff that's in the ingredients you can't even pronounce, run from that, okay? Find somebody who makes their own. And there are tons of people. I don't care where you live. There are going to be lots and lots of people in your area who make their own soaps. I like goat's milk soap. Another good, but anything that has African shea butter in it is good. Now get this, okay, you might buy your soap from somebody and you may notice it doesn't lather. So here's a little, because I make soap. So here's a little secret to soaps, okay. I like lots of moisturizer in mine. Like I want olive oil, I just want some kind of oil in mine. It's not going to lather as much. The more fats that you have in it, the more African shea butter, I don't put a whole lot in mine because I want them to lather some. But the more fats you have in your soap, the less it's going to lather. Now, if you buy some that's made just mostly of, say, goat's milk or shea butter or something like that, it's going to lather a lot more. So when you're buying your soaps, you need to make that plain with the person you're buying. And if they've been making soap for any amount of time, they're going to be able to answer that question. If they can't answer that question, you probably want to go somewhere else and buy your soaps. So just, and I always ask, when somebody buys my soaps, I always ask, do you want it to lather a lot? And because I have a lot of folks that I make special soaps for. I know what they like, and that's what I put in it. CBD oil is something else I like to use in my soaps, but I just use a little bit, okay? Because if I use a whole lot of it, it's going to sweat, and you're going to think something's wrong with your soap. There's nothing wrong with it if it sweats. That just means it has a lot of fat in it. So I always ask, if it's a first-time customer, do you like your soap to lather a lot, or do you want more fat in yours? In other words, do you want more, say, shea butter, or do you want more olive oil in it? Again, it's something that's, all those things are personal, okay? Okay, be gentle. We talked about that. Now use a mild soap and moisturizer. I like my own moisturizers too. I know what's in it. I have moisturizers I use. We're beekeepers, so I like to use beeswax. Now, if you have a moisturizer, because there's different kinds of moisturizers. So if you have a moisturizer that's real easy to get out of the jar, it probably doesn't have beeswax or something in it. So it's not hardening. I like beeswax because beeswax is really good for your hands. Like if you, like in the wintertime, when your hands, you can't see from here, but I have like no chapping on my hands. But it's because I use beeswax infused inside my moisturizers. So, and you can buy some commercial products out there. Just read the ingredients list. And if it's got a bunch of stuff in there you can't even pronounce what it is, find somebody local to your area who makes it. Or you can order online. A lot of folks make their own products. I sell online. But anyway, moisturizer, if it's really soft, which I like a softer moisturizer on my face. And then I want one that has a little bit more substance to it on my hands and my knees and my feet. Okay, so that's just something else that you can do. I'm keeping up with the time. Okay, so we're going to talk. I could talk like an hour just on skincare. Take precautions when you're outdoors. Use a sunscreen and wear protective clothing. I like to wear a hat when I go outside. I like wearing hats anyway. Check your skin regularly and report any changes that you might see to your doctor. If you're noticing a lot of skin tags on your face or any other parts of your body, you might probably nothing, but it doesn't help to go on ahead and report that to your doctor. Okay, I'm going to say it again. You know what I'm about to say? Don't smoke. Smoking wreaks havoc on your skin. If you smoke or use other tobacco products, ask your doctor to help you quit. Smoking contributes to skin damage, such as wrinkling. Yeah, so it's not good for you. Okay, and again, do it slowly, okay? Don't just quit overnight because the rest of us not going to want to be around you. You'll be too grouchy. Slowly, okay, that's what you do. Okay, your weight. Okay, what's happening? How your body burns calories or your metabolism slows down as you age. And a lot of women, when they've had a hysterectomy, it's like almost overnight they start gaining weight. Don't worry about that, okay? Because after I had mine, man, it's like overnight the weight came on. Your body gradually gets used to its new body, and then you get back to normal. You get back to the way it was. You'll start losing weight. I started losing weight, and I was like, I'm not on a diet. What's happening? I mean, I'm happy for it, but what's going on? So if you just had a hysterectomy, you start gaining up a lot of weight. Don't worry about it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It will eventually come off. But there are some things you can do to speed up the process. Okay, so we talked about metabolism, and that slows down as you age. Now, if you decrease activities as you age, some people do, but continue to eat the same amount of food, you're going to gain weight. To maintain a healthy weight, stay active and eat healthy. Okay, Donna, then what do I do? Okay, here's what you can do to maintain a healthy weight. Include physical activity into your daily routine. Regular, moderate physical activity can help you maintain a healthy weight. So again, it's all about habit. So let's say you get up every day at 6. Okay. So Phil and I have this. I mean, really, anybody that's looking to assassinate us would know exactly what we do every single day. Okay, so we jump out of the bed. 5:30 a lot of times, 6, depends on what I've got going on for the day. And so let's just say I'm getting up at 5:30. First thing we do is make the bed, because if we don't make up the bed right then, it'll never get made up. We'll start doing other things, and making up the bed is just this really weird thing I've got to do. Got to make up the bed. So, and it's one of those big queen size beds, so it's a lot quicker if we're both doing it. So he's on one side, I'm on the other side. We're making up the bed. Okay, and then he wants to go feed. Well, I got to do my weather and all that stuff, the weather and the traffic report. So I do what I've got to do then. You can either exercise in the mornings when you get up. Another thing you can do as well is at night before you go to bed. Now be careful about exercising at night. This is what we like to do. Okay, at night, so I've got to watch my Perry Mason. Everybody knows about that. Got to watch that. Okay, so I exercise. Okay, Phil and I exercise. We do the push-ups on the wall, or you can do it in your kitchen cabinets, whatever's easier for you. So we'll do that. And it kind of gets my mind ready, because, you know, after you exercise, you feel a little bit of adrenaline going there, you know. So that kind of gets me ready to do the study, do your Bible study. Like I say, we're doing Proverbs now. And so that'll give you a little bit more wake-upness. Is that a word, wake-upness? Where you can stay awake long enough to do your Bible study. And then you got those really, really nice things going through your mind, which means you're going to sleep better. I've just noticed that. It's all a whole lot better. Okay, let's see. Eat a healthy diet. Choose vegetables and fruits, whole grains, high fiber foods, and lean sources of proteins, such as fish. Limit sugar and foods high in saturated fat. Another thing we're going to do is plant some peanuts. I love peanut butter, but man, if you looked at the ingredients on peanut butter, sugar is like one of the first ingredients you see. When you're reading ingredients, whatever they're showing first on the ingredients list is what they got the most of in there. Yeah, so you may see something that's got some weird, like I can't even pronounce the names. You'll see sugar, glucose, fructose, all those things in there. So I'm going to make my own peanut butter. People in Africa do it. If they can do it, I can do it. So I'm gonna be a peanut farmer this year, have a bunch of peanuts, make my own peanut butter. Okay, eat a healthy diet. We talked about that. Watch your portion sizes. To cut calories, keep an eye on your portion size. That's extremely important to do. If you're not careful, you're going to get that big old piece of chocolate cake, and you're going to put that on your plate, and you're going to be eating it. So whatever you put on your plate. Another thing you can do about portion size, I learned this a long time ago from one of my friends. If you've got big plates and you've got smaller plates, use the smaller plates. You'll find that it just looks like you're eating more. You got the same amount of food that you would have on a bigger plate. It does something psychologically to you. So you've got a smaller plate, you got your food on there. It's just going to feel like you've eaten more. Never cut a piece of cake or a piece of pie, any kind of dessert. Never put it on a big plate, okay? Because in your mind, it's going to look like, well, that wasn't a whole lot. It didn't fill up the whole big plate, so I didn't eat a whole lot. However, I get half that size of cake and I put it on a smaller plate. It just feels like that I'm eating more, and when I'm not. So that's how you can lose some weight. Okay. Thank you again so much for watching Aging, What to Expect. You know, share this if you don't mind. We talked about your cardiovascular system. That was number 1. Number 2 was your bones, joints, and muscles. Number 3, your digestive system. Number 4, your bladder and urinary tract. And number 5, your memory and thinking skills. Number 6, your eyes and ears. Number 7, your teeth. Number 8, your skin. And number 9 was your weight. You know what? I want to keep you around. I really do. I enjoy spending the day with you. Watch The Edge, Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. Central. And let's just have a good time. If you come up with any ideas for some shows, let me know about those, okay? I'm right here on the Feazell Farm, Donna Nell Lane, and I love sharing advice with you, and I love sharing your advice as well. So come up with some ideas. You can text those to me, 256-659-4319. If you like, you can also send an email. That's Donna@icradio.com. Media. Again, thank you so much for watching. You are truly the apple of my eye, and I love spending the day with you. So you take care. Okay, I'll see you in another segment coming up really soon.